Hey everyone! Welcome back. I am back today with more Attack on Titan, you guys. This season is blowing my mind. I cannot wait to see more of it. If you're joining me early today, you already know what it means. It means you are one of my awesome patrons. Thank you so much, and as always, I am sending up those big old hugs right through that screen. And if not, still thank you for joining me today. I'm glad you're here. I do hope you'll consider supporting me that way. The link to my Patreon is going to be in the description down below. So, wow, last episode was intense. Pretty much every episode has been intense so far, but last episode just really seemed particularly emotional. We got to see just firsthand the toll that everything has taken on Reiner. And before that episode, I kind of thought I knew where he was at and what he had gone through and everything, and it just really drove home to me that, like, I had no clue just how much he had personally been through. Seeing, what we saw the episode before that, you can definitely see the mindset of the people in the nation and the mindset that the Eldian people in the Marley Nation have. And it does kind of help to make sense of, like, okay, so that's where they were coming from when they were talking about, when we saw Reiner and Berthold throwing out all these things about humanity and everything throughout the series. It gives you perspective, but last episode really gave a personal perspective on the emotional and mental trauma that Reiner has suffered. And I gotta say, like, I really had a hard time hating Reiner and Berthold, even after everything we learned about them, even after, like, seeing them face off against, Eren and our crew and everything. It was really hard to hate them. Now it's like, now I just don't know what to do, because on the one hand, I've seen a lot of people say in the comments, like, there is no redemption for that, and I get that there's no way to undo the massive amount of just damage that they've done on the world, but at the same time, seeing the toll that it has taken on Reiner, and I imagine, like, anyone else, and that's why they're trying, like, there's so many people trying so hard to keep these, like, somewhat more innocent young children from going down that path. Excuse me. Seeing that, it clouds the situation for me, you know what I mean? Because I get that there's no coming back from what he's done, but at the same time, the nicest, most hopeful way I can think of for this series to cap off is for Reiner to, now that he recognizes the madness of the way that their world works, to maybe work with, which I'll get to this in a second, but Eren and everyone, the whole squad, to try and make a change. Not saying it would undo it. I'm just saying that would help me sleep at night. It would be to see that be the way that they finish things off for his story. Okay. So real quick, I will say, before I stop talking about Reiner, everything that we saw, all of this horrible destruction and death and all this stuff that we saw taking place inside the walls, was basically the desperate attempt of a bunch of 12-year-olds. Like, you can see where that schism happened for Reiner, where he decided he had to be Marcel, and he had to come in and take over that role and everything, and have that, but also try and be like this kind of supportive big brother figure to all the other kids. You can see that, and seeing that whole scene only really helped to that's the scene that takes place right after where like Annie's beating him up and everything, and all the like little scenes that they show throughout of like, this is kind of what was happening behind the scenes, like before all these attacks that the Colossal Titan did and the Armored Titan did and everything. It really helps to drive home that, you know, a lot of that was just like thinking on the fly of like a 12-year-old or a, you know, several years later, I think he was supposed to be in his teens or whatever. And it's just crazy to think that, you know, watching it for the first time, I was like, oh, this mastermind plan. And it's not that there wasn't more to it, but a lot of it was just that. It was just them, like, it was just Reiner just calling the shots as like a young boy. So just wow. Okay, so speaking of Eren, because I mentioned Eren a few sentences ago, and as you guys know, I had like an existential crisis at the end of the last episode over what I had just seen. Because I'm like, I know the eyes. Like, Eren's eyes to me, I could tell his eyes no matter what. Like, when he first showed up as a Titan, I'm like, that's Eren. That's, like, I could tell. But it honestly took me a second to be like, what in the... Wait, what? So apparently he is posing, I guess, as a wounded officer, which makes an awful lot of sense because the more I got thinking about it and hearing from you guys in the comments, you know, the more I got thinking, wow, you know, they came and infiltrated their territory, posing as, you know, kind of ordinary people who belonged there and everything. How ironic, how fitting it would be, and how, you know, strategic it would be for Eren and co to go and do the same. It really, the recon aspect really does strategically also make a lot of sense because Eren would know, I think, from his, the memories he got from his dad, that, you know, they were up against a much more advanced civilization than their own. So it makes sense that they wouldn't just go in like, you know, hey, we've got, like, they had just come up with that, like, that little thing that could, like, squash titans and everything. Like, that was, like, their big thing, you know, and that was cool. But, I mean, you know, we're up against, like, it was easily, I think, supposed to be, like, 1920s or 30s era, like, tech. Maybe even, I don't know, maybe even more advanced because, well, the Marley Nation, anyway, that's kind of, they're kind of like at that, but they even mentioned that a lot of the rest of the world is even more advanced than that because they've kind of been relying on the Titans and everything. So anyway, so wow, guys, that was a crazy way to end the episode, and it opens up a lot of questions. And I'm very, very thrilled that 3 episodes in, we did finally get to see. You know, a familiar face, even though it didn't look so familiar, to me anyway. His hair grew. He's got, like, some facial hair now. I'm not used to Eren with facial hair. All right, guys. This season has been insane so far. I cannot wait to see what they have in store for next. So what do you say we jump right on in to the next episode? Let's go. Oh, he's going by. Okay. Okay. Yeah, what's this all about? Oh! I bet you do. Is that to the person we saw at the end of the first episode? Okay. Are there a lot of children in the Tybur family? I hear some children. Oh my, there are many children. Oh, you can tell the adults have just, like, tuned it out. They've just tuned it out. Oh, that's a good question. Is it him? Is it Willy?
勇ましく美しく傷一つない。まさにマーレの魂そのものだ。ええ、まさしく。銅像の中は空ですし。
Oh.
厳しい。手なずけた悪魔の末裔や亡国の民ならなおのこと。
I see.
実際マーレ人に弾が耳の横をかすめ。
Oh, they want them back in the okay fighting.
党に手遅れだ。
Oh. Whoa, why would he say that?
世界に全てを明かすつもりだ。英雄像を見に来たのは嘘ではない。
Oh, okay, he's going to reveal the truth. Ah! She's just down on all fours. Oh, she's probably not used to... Yeah, because she's the cart titan. She's just like, this felt right. I think someone told me about this scene. Hmm. Oh, he's working very hard. Don't play the they're playing the music like we're so. Oh, no, come on, guys, don't make me all. Yeah, yes. Let's remember what they're working towards. Don't play the cute music. I feel like Gabi's really gonna resent this, and he's trying to save Gabi. Oh God, no! See. He's trying to save you. She doesn't see it that way. She sees it as like this ultimate honor that she's gonna take from her cousin. That's not his reasoning. Think about it. Think about it. Well, see, she's not gonna see it that way. She just oh had no idea he was actually gonna say it. Stop playing the whimsical music! This is not the time for whimsical music! Oh! Wow. So they're way more hated. She's like, this is not an act. Is she like the Annie of their group? Oh, Gabi. She's pretty cute. Oh. Oh my. I really want to know more. Is he the He's the Titan? Is he the Titan? Are you now? Kind of parallels the way Reiner talked about going home. His name's Jaeger? Okay. Uncle! Okay, that's who he was. Okay. God, what an awful life. You have to, like, put your life on the line just to even keep your family alive. Okay, okay.
おかし帰りなさい。もう会えなくなってからでは後悔を。
Who is this person?
後悔。
Oh my God! They're related, aren't they, or something? Oh God! Is that his? Yes! Oh! Oh my God! It is! It's the grandpa! Oh my Lord! The tremendous, just anguish he must be feeling. Oh wow! That didn't take very much. Oh, he's not. Oh, I see. He's not a doctor there. I thought he was a doctor there. That's his, that's Aaron's grandpa. That's the dad that we saw who was like trying to make all the excuses after the daughter was killed and everything. He went, oh man, wow. I mean, totally understandable that, like, your mind wouldn't even be able to take that. Wow, guys. More cheerfulness from Attack on Titan. More. All right, Tybur family. Yes, I'm so curious about the Tybur family. Let's read about them. A family of nobles that revolted against Eldia in the Great Titan War 100 years ago. They joined hands with the Marleyan hero Helos to overcome the Eldian Empire and bring an end to the war. As nobles who have long possessed the Warhammer Titan, they have guided Marley for many years and hold significant influence both domestically and abroad. Currently, Willy Tybur is the head of the family, so he's the Warhammer Titan. It sounded like when he was talking about the responsibility, it sounded like he has the Titan, but they didn't really come out and say either. Okay, so they helped the Marleyans against the Eldians. Okay. And now they're kind of are they kind of in charge of things? It kind of sounds like. Let's keep watching and find out. They're waiters? This is like their most challenging feat yet. Hospitality. Oh my God, I love how I love the way this whole sequence is being executed. Holy. Oh no! She's like, I don't want you to. Wow. Oh, she saved him. I wonder why. I think you got that a little wrong. Oh. Let's not mention toilet and drinking in the same sentence. Wow. And what is that? A theater production. Oh my. Quite the festival. Look at this. It's so, oh my goodness. All the different foods and cultures. I love how everything's like. They never seen a festival? Have they ever had a festival? Oh, because they probably were not allowed to, maybe, because they're Eldian? Oh, look at their little sweet faces. Oh my God, even is Reiner trying some foods? Reiner's trying a little bit of the food, perhaps, and they're all... Aww. We got one down. Oh. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Oh, please don't say that. Yes. You have no idea. You have no idea. Oh my god! Oh my god. Huh? Oh, I'm dying to see this play. I really want to see this play and whatever big revelation is gonna... Oh god, please no. Please no. Tell me it's not. Is it? Oh god. No, no, no. Wow. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh my god! Ah! That happened way faster than I thought it would, guys. That happened way faster than I thought it would. Okay, let's talk. Probably pretty likely that Aaron, is going to, probably be pretty upset with Reiner, would be my guess. I'm guessing this is not going to be a good meeting. I'm kind of holding out hope. I'm holding out hope for my original idea here that somehow they will end up working together to change the way that things work. I think maybe I'm being a little naive and optimistic there, but I would just love that. I would love if they ended up on the same side. Okay. Let's get into this. Because we had a lot of new information in this one as well. We got to meet Willy. Willy seems likable and charming with a big dose of heavy burden on him. So I'm still trying to figure out like where everything kind of fits. In terms of like we met a lot of other nations in this one. And up to this point, we only really knew of just, Marley and then like everyone who went off to the walls and everything. So that expanded our world a lot. That was interesting to see like all the different cultures. It's debatable how they said that the rest of the world hates Eldians even more. But then we saw the one woman trying to protect I forgot his name. I had his name too in the first episode, but you know who I mean. We saw her trying to protect him. So what do they really think of the way that Eldians are being treated in the Marley Nation? Like, what do they really think of it? Because Willy even said that, Marley Nation's been kind of like using them to fight wars and everything. And that's kind of goes back to what they were talking about at the beginning with, it sounded like Marleyans weren't really doing an awful lot of the soldiering these days. It was mostly left to Eldians. That's kind of the way they made it sound. I may have misinterpreted that. But I think what they were getting at was if a lot of the Marleyans had to fight, they wouldn't be so ready and willing to start wars. So I'm just very curious to know more about kind of expanding this world and like seeing, just kind of breaking down more and more how it works. But that was a lot of info there. So the Tybur family seems pretty big. They got a lot of kids. They got a lot of people in that family. I'm guessing Willy is the Warhammer Titan. Is that I feel like it was kind of implied. Like he started to kind of like he was starting to get a little intense there when he was talking about all the responsibility and everything. But I also loved how we did have that one scene where I was kind of surprised that Falco just came right out and said like, I'm doing this for you. So it's kind of even though everyone plays it off like, oh, it's this wonderful thing that you're doing, and it gets you like honorary Marleyan status. Like everyone pretty much is on board, like deep down, with the notion that basically you are sending these kids to their deaths. I feel like I'm starting to get the idea that everyone kind of knows that deep down, because why would he have come out and said that? I was surprised that he came out and said it as readily as he did. But I also knew Gabi wouldn't quite see it that way. I think Gabi is very focused on her goal. And I also get the idea is as much as she's like, it seems like she's stuck on herself and everything with all the like talk and everything, I do get the idea she's not in her motives like self-centered though. She really does want to do something to, you know, we know it's a big deal to like try and clear the good Eldian's name and everything. And even though the way she goes about it is very boastful, like I do get the idea that you know, she has her own goals in her own way, and they are just as important to her. It's not just a matter of like being the best or anything like that for her own sake. I love the festival scene. It both like made me happy and sad, because it made me sad to think like these kids have never really seen anything like this apparently. But on the other hand, it was just, there were a lot of points in this episode where they were playing the whimsical music, and I'm like, no, stop playing the whimsical music. But I did love the fleeting whimsy of the festival scene. And we even had Reiner in the background like, is this pizza? Like trying to figure it out. That was pretty sweet. Just having seen Reiner in the last episode with the scene where, you know, he had the gun and everything. Now every time I see him look at these kids or interact with these kids, I know just how much they mean to him in how he is really keeping on, I feel like, for them. All right, so let's get to what happened at the end. Wow. So I knew we were going to all meet up at some point, but I did not think it would be this soon. The way that they kind of held back, even like showing us anyone that we knew besides like Zeke and Reiner, the way that they held off on that, I thought it would be like a much later thing in the season where we got some like interaction between these two parties again. I mean, even just the sight of Falco getting Reiner into the cellar, it triggered a lot of that like same intensity and feeling in me as when they were trying to get like Annie to go in the cellar. But I imagine were they doing that so that it would be like, cause they can't turn into Titans in there, right? Was that why he chose the cellar as like their meeting place to kind of have like a neutral place where they could talk? Or is this going to turn into a fight or a little bit of both? I have no idea. Like I said, my vote is for them somehow to end up on the same side, but I just don't know if there's, I don't know if there's any possible way that's going to happen. But also, can I just say I'm really excited to see the play. I wonder what this great solution is going to be to the issue of war, and in all the issues that the Marley Nation is having and facing. Okay, guys. Wow. So as if things weren't crazy enough, we're throwing like a whole new family of people and stories and everything into the mix, and we are bringing together Aaron and Reiner for, I'm guessing, an altercation. But again, the cellar thing makes me think that he just wanted a neutral place to talk. Who were the letters to? Oh, so Aaron's grandpa. Oh my God. Such a crazy scene. Seeing him react the way he did, seeing how triggered he was within like 5 seconds of even tapping into those memories. Wow. Intense, guys. Intense is how I would put this whole show. This episode, this season, And something tells me it's not gonna it's not gonna slow down from here. I think Gabby's right. I think we're on the precipice of quite a bit of change and probably lots of other stuff as well. So, all right, you guys, fantastic episode. I cannot wait to see what's gonna happen next. As always, I loved this episode. I cannot wait to see more. I hope you enjoyed watching along with me today. Please be sure to join me next time. We will watch it together. Bye for now, guys.